surveillance industrial complex is collecting massive amounts of data with the Goliath program. Our most precious resource on Earth is data.
Get away from that! Get out of there! I'm coming for you now!
So we've gotten yet another War of the Worlds adaptation. This time, instead of being like the 50s movie where it is very much the humans must fight against the aliens, and then we have the Spielberg movie, which is more of a survival movie, to then even they did a short lived series of it where they actually took it back to Victorian era, which is where the book takes place. I haven't seen that, but I heard it was pretty good. Now we have this movie where it is during COVID, and let's get Ice Cube to do this, and let's have him do some of the just absolute worst readings and reactions that can become memes. And that's what we got here. All right, so this came out of nowhere. I was hearing about it for like a little bit on Twitter, and people were saying like it is absolutely 100% the worst movie ever made. And I'm like, all right, well, then I gotta see this. And holy hell, is it just incredible. This is honestly the Madam Web of this year, where it is like, this is terrible, but I'm not pissed at this because they're just finding new ways to just sink even lower. And it's just incredible on what they do. I really can't think of anything good about this at all, because it's just like, wow, this was made. This happened. So what we got in this movie is Ice Cube plays a surveillance expert for the government, and he's kind of doing his job, but at the same time, he's then watching his daughter who is pregnant, and it's just like, oh, you're at Starbucks, you got a muffin? What are you doing? You got to watch those carbs. And it's like, okay, so he's a very overprotective guy, and especially since what they do with his past. And what? I'm very utterly confused at just this movie. I'm just really confused. So, to start off the bat, the effects are just absolute dog shit. I mean, this was put out by Amazon and Universal. So it's like they should have put money into this, not give a undergraduate the tools to produce visual effects in After Effects. This honestly looked like something I would have done in After Effects, which is why I don't use it very often. Because it's like, yeah, if I was told like, hey, do this, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna do this. Okay. There's even parts where the tripods, and oh yeah, and I'm just gonna spoil this shit. This is ridiculous. There's parts where we see the tripods and they are moving not because the camera or the footage is moving, but because they didn't even place it correctly. Like they didn't place the effect correctly. They didn't track anything. Like there's a part, it's super quick, but I caught it like immediately. The camera, like it's on a phone camera. It pans over to a tripod and it starts out with the legs, and right after it pans, you can see the legs like shake a little bit because they didn't track it correctly. And it's like, what are you doing? What is this? And it's just, you can tell what was green screen and what's not. They couldn't even like, like with green screen, you place the background, but you have to make sure like, it looks seamless. They didn't even try. They did not even it's like they didn't give a shit on this one, and the effects are just one thing, but go to Ice Cube, as much as I think Ice Cube can do a really good job. I think if he's given a really good character and a really good script, like him in the 21, 22 Jump Street movies, I think he's really funny in those because they give him a good script, they give him a good character, and they give him some good situations, especially in the second movie. With this, he has no emotion. He's very much like, whoa, that's just crazy. It's like, yeah, now act like it, please. And just so many over exaggerations. And what I heard was, yes, they did shoot it during COVID. They shot it for 15 days and the director wasn't even there. So they were all doing it over Zoom. And I'm like, you can't, and there was no report saying like, oh yeah, we blamed this on COVID, because honestly, you can't do that, because there was a movie called Host, which was a found footage movie, and it took place over Zoom, and that was shot during COVID, and they did a really, really good job on that one. So there's really no excuse. And the fact that that movie was, I believe it was produced by Shudder, and this was produced by Amazon and Universal, there is absolute no excuse for this. So I don't understand this. They are playing like really kind of like non-copyrighted techno music throughout the entirety of the movie, which takes a lot of the tension away. So like, oh, I gotta find my daughter, and instead of it playing like kind of like a little like slow dramatic stuff, it's just like it's like the kind of thing you would hear in like a techno club. And it's like, this does not fit in here. All the tension is taken away. And they even reference the most random shit, like a lot of it with technology. Like, oh, let's make this a commercial for Amazon. Like, that even becomes a major plot point towards the climax of the movie. So, like, who saves the day? Amazon saves the day. Or, hey, our Amazon drone fell, and there's a homeless guy right there. Let's give him, like, $100 gift card to Amazon. It's like, did you even think this through? Or was the studio or was Amazon constantly at your throat saying, hey, we got to make this a product placement for Amazon because not a lot of people are using Amazon. Why? Just why? There's, they make a Talk to Me Goose reference. They do a, Shall We Play a Game reference, which was, War Games, I believe. Yeah, Talk to Me Goose, Top Gun. And then even there's a part at the end of the movie, or towards the climax, when Ice Cube is running away from all this tentacle stuff that's coming out. And he even says, move, bitch, get out the way. And it's like, wow, you just have no fucking shame. And like I said, this is just, I don't understand the meaning for this one. It's like, hey, let's make a new War of the Worlds movie and make it an Amazon product placement movie. What about the story? Fuck the story. It doesn't make any sense. Let's pull it from all this other shit that we've seen done a million times. Let's get some actors who honestly just need a paycheck, and screw it. Let's just do it. Just film it. It was the I can't, Bill O'Reilly thing, fuck it, we'll do it live. It was very much like that, just you know what, screw it, let's just film it, It honestly felt like they were going okay, we're gonna have to film the scene, but none of this makes sense, just film it, we don't have time, just film it. This was I watched this to see how bad this was, and this was bad. Is this the worst movie of the year? Personally, this didn't piss me off. A worst movie for me is if it pissed me off and it was bad. But this is absolutely the best worst movie of the year. This was like a Madame Web to me, where I couldn't get mad at it because I was so entertained because of how bad it was. From just Ice Cube's dry and very shrill acting to the effects that I've seen better in YouTube videos. Hell, even like TikToks, I've seen effects better in those. To the story making no sense. Just, wow. This to me personally wasn't the worst movie of the year, but is it one of the worst movies of the year? Absolutely. Because just if you remember what I talked about with Madame Web, if you haven't, I'll recap it right now. Madame Web was my number 5 on my worst list of the worst movies of the year. Why? Because if it was on a production wise, it is 100% the worst movie of the year, because they just did not give a shit. But my top 4 movies pissed me off. This is kind of on that level where it's like, is it the worst movie of the year from a production standpoint? Absolutely it is. But for me personally, it did not make me mad. I was just fascinated on how bad this thing was. Like, I might actually watch this again, but watch it with in a party with friends, and potentially, I think there's some fun drinking games that you can make out of this. And just on that level, yes, this is a terrible, but oh my God, it's amazing on the terribility scale. And this is a wow. This is just wow. Words can't, I've said just about all I can say, because man, this movie was just unbelievable. So go watch it. But it's a bad movie where I'm like, you need to see how bad this is. This is one of those movies where if you watch it and then your friends brag to you like, hey, we saw Electric State, we saw Minecraft movie, you can pull this out and go, yeah, I saw those, but have you seen this? This is one of those movies where you play a game of tops with your buddies, where they say that was a bad movie, and then you go, yeah, well, I got a worse one for you, and it's right here. So congratulations, War of the Worlds. You are the Madame Web of this year.